Hello everybody, this is Tijihiro and welcome to another episode of my playthrough of Virtue's Last Reward. In the previous episode, we figured out that Dio has some explaining to do and he's not willing to do so we grounded him. He's been put into one of the pods because we discovered that he has some blood on his bracelet and we suspect that he might have had something to do with the death of the old lady. Now, I'm not too sure about that. Dio is suspicious for sure, but I don't know. I still have my eye on Kay. I don't know what to make of him. But more importantly, well, I guess all of this is important. We also found Quark. He's alive. He's in one of the pods. And somehow he doesn't have his bracelet on him. Now, however that happened, I think that's gonna be a problem. Do you remember the rules? Do you know what's gonna happen to the people who need to go into the white chromatic doors with Quark this time around? Yeah, we'd better look for that bracelet, wherever that is, because we have a problem on our hands otherwise. Unless I am misremembering, but yeah, I don't know. I think we should get into it and see where this is going. Huh. Looks like they aren't back yet.
Perhaps they went to look for us.
Oh man, now we've gotta go look for them. Right, we're missing Temioji and Clover right now.
How much time until the white doors open?
50 minutes.
Then I don't think we really need to hurry yet.
Well, we should.
Why don't we wait a little longer? For all we know, they're on their way back right now.
Kay and I nodded.
By the way, there was something I wanted to ask you guys about.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Quark's bracelet.
Yeah, let's talk about this.
When we found him in the pod, he wasn't wearing it. Why?
How should I know?
Presumably, it had been taken off before we found him.
Yeah, but how?
So we have no idea where it is.
I do remember, Alice was looking at something in Warehouse A. It was like she's looking at some place in the corner. Could that be where the bracelet ended up? If so, why didn't she say anything? Maybe she suspected something, and that's why she got killed? Right now, that's like the only thing I have to go off of, so I don't know. Pretty much.
I see. That's not good. Without that bracelet, we won't be able to continue the game.
Yeah. What?
We need 3 bracelets to open the secondary door. If we lose one...
Oh no. We wouldn't be able to go through the secondary door.
Yeah.
Who would be pairing up with Quark?
Quark's bracelet should be a red solo.
Right.
That would mean he'd be with the cyan pair.
Who's the cyan pair?
Clover and Tenmyoji.
Ah, shit.
The 2 people who are missing.
Right.
Quark's bracelet is gone, and his 2 teammates have disappeared.
What's going on? Does that mean Clover and Tenmyoji took the bracelet?
Well, if they found Quark before you did, yeah, there's a good chance they did.
But how? Then why aren't they back yet?
Perhaps they've already gone through the white door.
No, they haven't opened yet? What? No, that's not possible. Primary doors haven't even opened yet.
Perhaps someone opened one of them.
Yeah? How?
I don't know, but it's happened before. Remember the 3 doors on the other side of the green door?
Yeah. Ooh, that's right.
Someone made one of them open. Perhaps this is the same thing.
Interesting. But that's against the rules.
Yes, I know. But if the person opening the doors is Zero Senior, do you really think the rules matter?
Nope.
Zero Senior controls the entire game.
No idea why he would do that, but we know that 999's game had like a ton of ulterior motives, so it could be anything at this point, honestly.
So are you saying Clover or Tenmyoji is Zero Senior?
It is a possibility. It would explain why they still haven't shown up.
Could they really have taken Quark's bracelet and gone through one of the white doors?
If they did, we won't know where they went until the doors open for the rest of us.
So I would assume.
This is still all just speculation, though. Maybe we should go look for them again. One of us can stay behind so that we don't miss them if they come back.
Okay. I'll stay.
Sigma and I will go see if we can find them then.
All
Make
right.
sure you get back 5 minutes before the door opens, all right? Oh, and don't forget to bring Dio with you.
Yeah, he's taking a nap right now. Of course. Oh boy. This is worrying for so many motives right now. Jesus. All right, have we been to this side of the whole facility? I can't remember right now. Oh, this is the pantry. This is where Luna said that they went earlier. Huh. This is the pantry?
So it would appear.
All right. Well, looks like they're not here.
When we started looking for Quark, they were sent off to search everything beyond the red door, which would have meant this room.
Maybe the laboratory has been opened now? I don't know if it's a possibility. Not gonna do us any good to hang around here, though. Let's head upstairs.
Very well.
Upstairs. Oh boy. It's so... did Alice's and Luna's, like, bodies stay where they are? Ugh. This is so grim to me. Oh boy. So, where are we going right now? Lounge, huh? I'm so worried we're gonna be walking into one of these doors and they're gonna wind up dead. Oof. Okay. Takes the breath out of you, like every single time. No one here either, huh? Tamioji loves scotch so much, I thought we might find him here drinking some. It was around that time that I noticed Kay was acting strangely. He was staring at the shelf of alcohol in a way that I probably would have described as blankly if I could have actually seen his eyes. Hey, what's up? You want a drink?
Oh, no. Well, I would enjoy a drink, but this mask...
Right. Sorry, that sucks. Honestly, I'd gotten so used to the suit, I'd kind of forgotten you were wearing it. Why the heck did they make you wear that thing anyway? Still don't remember anything?
Well, actually,
Yeah?
I did remember a little.
Okay. Really?
Yes,
What did you
my
remember?
father.
Your father? When dad you remember that? Did it just pop out of nowhere? Is this a typo? Is this...
Please, don't joke.
Okay, never mind. Oh,
This is serious.
sorry. So you remember who your father
Yes.
was? Did he also make bad puns like this? Dad jokes? What about your mom?
I don't seem to have one.
Okay. Oh. So your dad raised you?
Well,
Kay stopped for a moment, then calmly folded his hands in front of him.
I was raised in the facility where my father worked.
Oh. Did you... Okay. Did you wear this, like, all your life? Or are you actually like a robot?
He was the only person who worked there, which meant he was the only person I saw until I was older.
Okay.
That had been the situation for as long as I could remember, though, so I never thought it odd.
Also look at this bunny plushie. Kinda looks a little bit like Zero the Third. I don't know. He wouldn't allow me to go near him while he was working, but the only times he wasn't working were the times when he was sleeping. As such, the only communication I had was with the education software he'd given me. I suppose I was a fairly expressionless child then. We developed body language to communicate with others, and with no one else to communicate with, I suppose it makes sense. Once I learned to read and write, I began to realize that my situation was not normal. Many of my books mention the mother as part of a family, and in several, the mother, father, and children would eat meals together and talk to one another. Soon I found myself longing for a mother of my own, someone who would always be with me, who would scold me if I did something wrong. At night, they would read to me before bedtime. If only I had a mother like that, I thought, I would be so happy. So for the first time in my life, I asked my father for something. He had finished working and, as usual, was making his way toward his bedroom when I stopped him and asked for a mother. He looked at me silently for a long moment before finally responding, "Okay." I remember to this day how happy I was at that moment. A few months later, he called me into his laboratory. It was the first time he'd ever done anything like that. My heart was beating quickly as I stepped inside. Standing next to him was a young woman, and my hopes soared. But when he said her name, or rather her ID number, they were dashed. He had given me a robot to play the part of a mother. I didn't want a mother that was just a machine who did what a human told her to. When I told my father that, he looked surprised for the first time in my life. Then he frowned, coughed, and admonished me for being a whiner. He'd never scolded me for anything before. At first I was surprised, then angry. Hot tears streamed down my face. My father ordered the robot to take care of me and shooed us out of his lab. The robot was very convincing, and she smiled and spoke as if she was a real person, but I refused to answer her and locked myself in my room. You can talk to a robot and it will respond, but in the end you're still talking to a machine, not a person. If that was what I had wanted, I still had the education software my father had given me. When I ignored the robot as it tried to take care of me, it looked sad. It couldn't really be sad, of course. It was only programmed to look that way. A robot's facade of sadness didn't mean anything to me. After that, I stopped expecting anything from my father. We'd never really spoken to begin with, so it was easy enough for me to make sure we never saw one another. I lived my life as if he didn't even exist. Perhaps it seems strange to you that I continued to live with him, but I never considered leaving. Perhaps in the hidden depths of my heart, I longed for a relationship with my father. Everything changed when I was 18. I left my room one morning to find a woman standing outside of it. She was the first human I'd ever seen apart from my father, and I was understandably surprised. For a moment, I thought my father had created a new robot, but when I told her that, she laughed and explained that she had come to help him. As it turned out, she was a very mysterious person. She was much older than I was, but something about the way she behaved was almost girlish. She would tell me stories about the world outside in such a way that I was never sure if she was telling the truth or making up fantastic lies. Ultimately, though, the truth didn't matter. I loved her stories. She wasn't helping my father directly with his research, so I spent most of my days with her. Before long, I discovered she'd known my father when he was young. She told me stories of how he'd fallen in love as a younger man, and I began to imagine that the person he'd fallen in love with had been her, and that she was, in fact, secretly my mother. After she settled in with us, our long-established routine began to change drastically. First, we started to eat together. Before then, I had never shared a meal with anyone in 18 years. She scolded me for my table manners, or more accurately, the lack thereof. If I was gonna eat with others, she said, I would need to be more polite. Having eaten alone for my entire life, manners had never been something I'd even thought about. My father got in trouble too when he made the mistake of reading through research papers during dinner. The look of surprise and embarrassment on his face made me burst into laughter. I couldn't remember the last time I'd shared a laugh with my father. It might have been the first time. The room we consider our living room changed too. Before, it had just been another room, but she made it comfortable. After we finished our dinner, I would sit on the sofa and relax with her and my father. Those times were the ones I cherished the most. For a little while, every day, I got the family I'd longed for ever since I was a child. At her suggestion, I started to help with my father's research. He specialized in genetic engineering, and I discovered I had an interest in it as well. Time faded away as I lost myself in research. Now that we were working and studying together, my father and I had a great deal to talk about. For the first time in my life, we began to speak with one another like a father and son. Whenever I impressed him with something I'd learned, I felt a surge of happiness, and it drove me to study even harder. My days felt full, right, and meaningful, but most importantly, I was happy. Ooh. Wait, hold on. Is this the dead old lady? This is her dress, right? Like with the little capelet thing? Like, she's wearing more of like a side ponytail, but... Huh. And... I was gonna say that my immediate first thought is that this looks like Dio's jacket a little bit, but... I don't know if those are connected in some way. He did say his father died, but... Sorry to interrupt the narration, I just... Wow. Huh. Okay, this could be a connection. Okay, I'll save my thoughts for later. 4 years passed in the blink of an eye, until one day I happened to overhear my father and the woman speaking in the laboratory. Their tone was serious, so I listened closer, curious to know what they were talking about. That was when I heard her say that she planned to give her life to achieve their goals. To give her life to achieve their goals. It was clear that she wasn't being metaphorical. She would have to die. I was in shock. The research I'd thrown myself into would lead to her death? I asked my father to stop his research immediately. He refused to listen. She agreed with him. She told me that she had been prepared for what she had to do since the day she came to our facility. My father had known about it from the beginning as well. Angry and disappointed, I began to investigate what exactly the research I'd been helping with was working toward. Perhaps I thought I could figure out a way to keep her alive. I discovered much more than I'd bargained for. To begin with, I learned that the ultimate success of my father's research would require a good deal of sacrifice. And I also learned that my own existence was just another part of his project. I had been created to function as my father's spare. If he died during his research, I was intended to continue it in his place. I was stunned. I was furious with my father and with her, and even with the research I'd poured myself into for 4 years. There was only one thing to do: destroy the facility and end my father's horrible research once and for all. I made plans to destroy the main reactor, and with it, the entire facility. But she saw right through me. My father was livid and locked me in my room until his research was complete. All I could think about was how I might stop him. She did her best to convince me that I'd misunderstood, that everything would be fine. As much as I wanted to believe her, I remembered in the back of my mind that she had been the one who pushed me to become involved in my father's research. Had that been an earnest desire to give me something to do with my life, or... Still, I couldn't bring myself to hate her. She had given me a reason to live. Even if she had conspired with my father to mold me into his replacement, the warmth she'd shown me had been real. She'd made me feel as if I had a real family, and that was something I wouldn't have given up for the world. I pleaded with her to leave, but she quietly shook her head. There was someone very special to her, she told me. He had saved her life once, and she felt her death would help to repay that favor. She would have liked nothing more than to marry him and live a happy, normal life together, but she couldn't. For his sake, she said, and for the sake of the future she had wanted, she was determined to see my father's research succeed. I realized then that although she was the most important person in my life, there was someone more important than me in hers. She tried to explain that beyond what we could see was a future where no one would have to die, but I refused to listen. What good was a potential future to me? It was what I had now that I wanted. I couldn't stand to think that she would give her life for a man I'd never even seen. So I shut myself off from the world. Perhaps that is why I lost my memory. Whew, okay. That was a lot. Kay let out a deep, tired sigh.
I'm sorry. I lost track of time.
It's okay.
Not having any memories is less than desirable, but it could be argued that regaining them is almost more taxing.
So you remember almost everything?
No, the details are still indistinct, especially more recent events.
Okay. Huh.
Sigma, I'm sorry, but would it be all right if I laid down for a bit?
What's wrong?
I don't feel very well. It must be because I remembered so much so quickly. My head feels like it's going to explode.
Like, when there's like a discrepancy between the past and the quote unquote present because of what, the same thing that happened to Seven? Are you okay?
Yes. I think I just need to rest.
Okay. Take as long as you need. I'll go look for Clover and Temioji myself.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
Kay lowered himself heavily onto the red sofa in the corner of the room. Well, guess I better get moving then. Oh, okay. That was a lot of information to process. I'm thinking things. I stepped out of the room and nearly ran into Phi. What are you doing? You're supposed to be waiting back in the warehouse.
Yeah, I know. I just decided to go check on you guys. I waited a long time and nobody showed up.
Well, we did agree we'd be back in 5. Well, not in 5, but like whenever there were 5 minutes left.
Judging by your face, you haven't found them either. Damn.
Yeah.
Where's Kay?
He's in the
You
lounge.
decided to split up?
Well, not quite. Instead of waiting for my answer, she opened the door to the lounge and walked in.
What's up with him?
I guess he's not feeling too well. Said he wanted to rest for a bit.
Is he alright?
I think so. Should leave him alone right now, though. Remember, there's a real person inside that suit. I'm sure he's just tired.
Tired, huh? How are you feeling?
Still with the debate or whether Kay is a person or a robot. They did mention in this story that he eats, but that doesn't necessarily confirm that he's like a human person to me. It could be like an advanced robot that has like, that can process food or whatever. I don't know. How are you feeling? Like, especially with like the whole theme in that story about him wanting like a real mother, like a real human being, and thinking that way about robots. Doesn't that make like sense? I don't know. What?
I feel tired just looking at you. Your face is like a week-old sock.
Well, thanks. Really? Well, I guess I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little exhausted. I mean, all of a sudden I wake up trapped in some weird-ass game, and then dead bodies start turning up. Honestly, I'm amazed it managed to hold on to my sanity for this long. Just about everything here makes absolutely zero sense. The more I try and figure any of it out, the more I feel like my brain's just gonna melt and run out of my ears. You know what I'm talking about, right? We managed to figure out who the killer was, but there's still 100 other questions we have no idea about. Where the hell are we? Why are we even here? What's this whole Nonary game thing for? And what is Zero Senior up to? Hell, how about who Zero Senior is? The rabbit said he was one of us, but... Do you think it's Dio?
Who knows?
Besides, we still don't know why Dio killed him. He said he was ordered to do it, but... And there's more too. What about the old lady? Who is she? What's her deal? Hell, what are any of our deals? I don't know jack shit about anybody here. I don't even know anything about you, Phi.
Are you serious? You can't honestly suspect me, can you?
Well, no, that's not
I'm
it.
just like you. I was kidnapped on December 25th and brought here too.
Okay. She trailed off. Oh. Oh, that's scary. You heard that, right?
Yeah, it came from the hallway.
Let's go have a look. That's kind of terrifying. Like, that wasn't like a normal set of footsteps.
There's nobody here.
Maybe they got onto the elevator?
Let's try hitting the button. If the door doesn't open immediately, then we'll know the elevator's downstairs.
Sounds like it's moving, all right.
Thought so.
Let's go. Which way? Where did you think they went?
Let's just head for the green door.
Why?
Because the treatment center's there. That's where Dio and Quark are.
So?
You aren't worried?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure they're safe.
I am. I don't know about Sigma. They're fine. Temeoji or Clover probably made that noise. Well, maybe both of them. But I don't think they hurt Quark or Dio.
Are you sure?
And we don't know that's them. Huh?
Dio admitted to killing the old woman, but he still insists that he didn't kill Alice or Luna. What if he's telling the truth?
Are you serious? You're gonna
Doesn't
believe
matter.
him?
I just want to know if they're safe. No harm in being careful.
All right, fine. I'm so worried. The music is not helping. We headed to the first spot. I cracked open the top and lifted it back. Okay. There was Quark, sound asleep. See?
Yeah, I guess you're right. I was probably getting worried for nothing. How about Dio?
Let's open his. It's gonna be dead, isn't he? Oh boy. Shit. What the hell?
Check his pulse!
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, look at this. It was pointless to check his pulse. He was obviously dead, but I did it anyway. Yeah, he's dead. Shit.
Look,
Oh, he ran out of oxygen? Oh, man. Oh, we killed him.
the oxygen level for his pod says 0%.
Did we? And that means he asphyxiated. But why?
Someone must have tampered with the pod and lowered the oxygen levels.
Well, we didn't, but who?
Look, we should go tell Kay about this. Come on,
He's gonna
let's go!
be dead too, right? We cannot split up in this game. Without waiting for me to follow, fight, turn, and run off. I took a deep breath and followed. Man. Fi and I burst into the lounge and ran up to Kay. Kay! Wake up! Something's happened. When he didn't move, I grabbed him by the shoulders and shook. He twitched and quickly sat up. Okay.
What is it?
Ooh. We explained about how we'd found Dio dead and how it looked like he died of asphyxiation. It appeared that somebody had reduced the oxygen level of his pod to 0.
What? But why? I thought that Dio was the one who killed the old woman, Alice, and Luna.
Well, go figure.
Then who killed him, if he was the murderer?
I don't think it's gonna be that simple, man. The only people who could have done it are Clover and Temioji. Or... we were together the whole time. But, you know, unreliable narrator, we're not sure if, like, at some point, like, maybe Kay, like, turned around and, like, very quickly did that before we left that place. Oh, I don't know.
There's also Quark.
What? No, that's impossible. Are you suggesting Quark woke up, opened his pod from the inside, killed Dio, and then went back to sleep?
No, I'm just saying that strictly speaking, it's a possibility.
Also, well, okay, I'm not blaming Quark. I don't think he did it, but his pod is not locked from the inside, isn't it? Like, there are 3 different, like, positions. We made sure to lock Dio's from the outside and from the inside, but you can open it from the outside. And then Quark's one is able to be opened from the inside.
So just, you know, take it into consideration.
And we don't know about the third one. The third one has not been mentioned at all.
Well, in that case, Phi, I hate to say it, but doesn't that mean that you could have done it?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes. You could have done it any time after Sigma and I left the Floor B warehouse.
Don't give me that. I was waiting for Clover and Tenmyoji to show up.
Well, you did leave.
They never did, though, so I got impatient and went to find you guys. Then I bumped into Sigma in front of the lounge.
Which is not what we agreed to, by the way. Just saying. She went on to explain about the sound we heard.
I see. So you heard something. Then perhaps it is likely that Clover and Tenmyoji were at fault.
Were the 2 of you together the whole time you were investigating?
Yes, we were.
You never split up or anything?
Like, for a split second when we went outside and then came back in with Phi, and then when we went for the bots. Nope. That is a small window. I don't know.
Event, we don't have a great deal of time to discuss it.
It's not the kind of window where he would have time to go, obviously not to the pods, but we were separated at some point. Just saying. Oh crap, we've only got 7 minutes until the primary doors open.
All right, let's get back to the Floor B warehouse. Maybe Clover and Tenmyoji are already there.
Oh, but where is Dio's bracelet?
Is what?
You didn't take it? Dio was a green solo. Phi and I are the magenta pair.
Yeah.
Shit. You're right.
Okay, hurry up.
Without Dio's bracelet, we won't be able to open the secondary door.
I fear not.
And what about Quarks? We need to hurry. We'll drop by the treatment center on the way back and grab the bracelet.
All 3 of us don't need to go. You 2 go on ahead. I'll get the bracelet.
I don't like this. I don't like being separated.
All right.
Oh, one other thing. I need to give you these.
Yeah, the yellow pair bracelets. Were these Alice and Luna's?
Yes. Without these, you would be stuck.
Yeah.
So, here you are. Please, take them.
I grabbed the bracelets and shoved them into my pocket.
All right, let's get going.
Oh boy. I'm not like actually really frustrated. It's just, you know, the tension of the moment. People going places alone on their own. For all we know, all kinds of shit is happening when we're not looking. So, you know, shit. They're not here.
Maybe they did go through the door, like Kay said.
With Quark's bracelet? Or what? Oh, come on, man. You better not give me that maybe they're already dead crap. I got enough of it from Dio. You gotta be kidding me. This isn't funny, Phi. If you're right, then you, Kay, Quark, and I are the only people still alive in here.
Hey, lay off. I want to believe they're alive too, but...
We heard a noise and turned. Oh. Well, that's Kay.
I apologize for keeping you.
Did you get Dio's bracelet?
Well, technically, yes, but...
What?
Huh?
Best you just see it. This is what I found in Dio's pod.
Oh,
What?
that wasn't broken when we saw it. What the hell?
I assume whoever murdered Dio did this.
Was it? But why? There's no
I
point.
can't say for sure.
Well, if the point is to leave you two behind, I don't know.
But if I were to guess,
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
Aren't they gonna die if they just stay behind? I'm the only one who's gonna be able to go through.
with a bracelet like this, I doubt we can get past the secondary door.
Shit.
That means Kay and I will...
Yeah? Oh no. Shit. You're gonna... Yeah.
When the time comes, those 3 doors will automatically close. If anyone is left outside after they close, they'll be penalized.
Yeah.
I see. That's what they wanted. Whoever killed Dio wanted to use the game to kill me and Kay.
Shit.
That's why they broke the bracelet.
I think so. It makes the most sense.
How can you be so calm? In 5 minutes, you're gonna be...
Go on ahead, Sigma. You have those bracelets Kay gave you, right?
Yeah.
We should be able to get through the secondary door with those. So just...
Fuck that. You know I could just ditch you guys like that.
But if you stay here, you'll...
You think I don't know that? But what kind of a monster am I if I just leave you here to die? But what does your death accomplish as well? Oh. Man. God damn it. This was bad. What was I gonna do? I needed to calm down. Just calm down. Calm down and think. There had to be a way to save them. There had... Oh no. Are they gonna hit us with the to be continued again? There we go. I knew it. Well, this was a turn of events for sure. Now let's check out the flowchart. And let's talk about some things. So we're here. Oops. Can you show me the track we're on? Thank you. How can Phi and K be saved? No idea. All right. Looks like this one is still closed. This one should be open. Oops. Didn't mean to do that, but because now I'm thinking about what I wanted to do, right? The original plan was to keep playing and to do the 3 main chromatic doors in Warehouse A. We've already done that. So now we could go back to one of those and we could do something like choosing differently if in any of the AB games, or I think that's going to be the move, right? But I am tempted to see what happens. I don't know if I want to do this yet. It feels like, maybe they're going to stop me at some point, and this looks to be like a very long ending. I am tempted, however, to go here, which is the first route that we did. This is the cyan door, and to see what happens if we choose betray, because it looks like we're going to be able to choose the next set of chromatic doors, and maybe it'll lead us somewhere else. Like, for example, this one led us to the garden. Maybe this one's lead somewhere else. I don't know. I have no idea. Before we finish today's episode, we have some secret files to look at. Yeah. These are the ones that we found. These were the ones that we found in the rec room. So let's see. Wound 1. 4th intercostal left, between the 4th and 5th ribs on the upper left chest. So this is like the autopsy for the old lady. Stab wound, a wound caused by a knife or other sharp objects. Wound margin, clean, continuous. The wound margins are consistent with a stab wound. Wound angles, one sharp, one blunt. This is consistent with a knife wound. Most knives have one sharp cutting edge and one flat edge, which would produce this wound profile. Wound 2. Wound cavity, the depth of the wound. Frequently, this will match the length of the blade used. Wound length, the length, long ways, of the wound length in the epidermis. Usually, this corresponds to the height of the blade. Wound width, blunt angle. This width, the blunt angle of the width of the blunt angle of the wound. Usually this corresponds roughly to the width of the knife blade, allowing for elasticity of the skin. All right. Coroner, not to be confused with a coroner. Coroner is a government official who assists law enforcement by investigating the causes of death and dealing with the paperwork and logistics surrounding corpses. It can also be used colloquially to refer to someone who performs these duties, whether or not they are actually employed by the government. Autopsy. An autopsy is a post-mortem surgery that examines a body in detail to determine the cause of death and evaluate any diseases or injuries that might be present. It is also super gross. All right. Luminol mixture. Luminol is an organic compound with a chemical formula. I'm not even going to attempt to read that. Carbon, 8. I don't know how to read this. This is carbon, right? 8. Hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, whatever. When mixed with a hydroxide salt and hydrogen peroxide, it will glow blue when it comes in contact with blood and certain other substances. Also peroxide, I think it's peroxide, I don't know. This property has made it a useful tool in criminal investigations where it can reveal blood stains and that have been cleaned up. Keep this in mind the next time you're contemplating how to deal with the neighbors listening to death metal at 3 in the morning. Oh, jeez. Bracelet 2. What is this? At first glance, Kay's bracelet seems different from the others. Specifically, it appears to be attached to his suit. Although the design is slightly different, it is not a part of his suit. The bracelet is attached directly to his wrist, with the face looking out through a hole in his armor. Just like the other bracelets, it will only come off when he escapes or when his heart stops beating. Debatable, if he's a robot, indeed. Generalized amnesia, a memory condition where the sufferer retains knowledge such as language, social common sense, and so on. Memories of their own past and personality disappear. Its cause is usually psychological, but in rare cases can be caused by serious head trauma. Kay suggested that an extremely painful breakup might have been the cause of his condition. I mean, in a way, isn't that kind of what's going on in the story? Oh boy. But generalized amnesia usually requires a much more powerful trigger than breaking up with someone. In fact, a painful breakup often has the opposite effect. You want desperately to forget, but find that to be impossible, which leads to all sorts of other mental disorders. Or so the person sitting behind me says. What? Who is that? Yeah. Oh man. Okay. So that was a lot of information. About Kay's childhood, backstory and stuff. We got that little CG of his father and this lady. Now, the lady, to me, looks like it's the same dress that the old lady was wearing, right? And this is gonna be crazy. This is probably gonna sound crazy. But we got like a lot of details about her personality and her backstory and stuff. Don't they sound kind of similar to somebody we know? Right? Where they're like, oh, she's like a woman, but she's like kind of girlish. And she would tell you like a lot of facts and a lot of trivia and leave you wondering if some of them are true or false. Right? And then they're talking about how she was in love with someone and she would have liked to spend her life with him. That was impossible. Am I crazy if I say that's like Akane Kurashiki? Now, this could be major red herring. I mean, at this point, it could be anything. But like, that's the first impression I got. The question, however, well, there are like a million questions if that's the case. Maybe I'm just completely wrong. I probably am. How long has it been since we played the Nonary game? If this is the case. Or, I don't know. I don't know. That's just where my mind is at right now. Just, kind of based on the fact that, no, I'm thinking, kind of based on the fact that it is a conscious writing choice to like spend so long giving details about this woman. So it's either going to be significant in it's exactly what you're thinking about, or significant in it's a red herring, in either of those ways. So this is right now where my mind is at. But I guess we have to continue playing. I guess we have to make different choices next time around. I'm excited because now the main three doors have been completed, and now we have so many other options to explore. So, guys, if you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe so you can continue supporting the series and my channel. And I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye for now.